Hello, scale modelers. Alrighty, so this is actually a continuation of issue 55 for the Build Your Own R2D2. I found the wire and the cable ties. So I don't know if one of my kids was up here trying to go and find something, but these were found underneath my work area here, like on the floor, probably kicked up underneath there, and I would have definitely made sure that they were in the drawer. So I'm thinking it's my kids, because it's not easy to see up underneath there. I had to move the chair out of the way. I had to move some of my supplies and, you know, building stuff up out of the way, and just crazy. And that's one thing that I never got a chance to work on while I was out of work, is cleaning up my workspace before I went back to work. But seeing as I have these now, I can actually finish issue 55 here. Come on. Alright, got some screw covers right there. Which, I mean, we had the two silver parts, which I know those are still in the drawer because those ended up falling out. I mean, those, one of the, actually, those are the only two parts we actually had to take care of in that issue, if I'm recalling that right. So, alright. So, we can now take this wire and we can now plug it into the motor. Alright. There we go. And then we can tuck this up under. Move that forward. Come on. Move forward. Move forward. Please and thank you. Move forward. Thank you. Just make sure that these wires don't get bent up. Well, not that one, because I still got to measure that one. Alright. Switch that to the other side. And flip it. And flip it again, because I want these wires to be as straight as possible right here. At least when these get pushed back. Flip and make sure that's on the right side right there. Alright, yeah, because these are going to get pushed back like all the way to like right here, pretty much. So, alright. And then, as soon as I already have that other wire in, I have to go and I have to measure 135 millimeters, which I do have my handy dandy flexible measuring tool. So, measure from the end of the plug right there, which I should measure from the end of the wire, not the end of the plug, but alright, so right about there, 135 millimeter. plus or minus 5. And that should probably be on the next page right there. Okay, and okay, make sure on this is step 9 of this whole wiring thing. Make sure that the length of the free end of the sensor cable between the plug and the arrowed retaining loop of the on the leg is 135 millimeters. Okay, so basically from the point where you're gonna put the first cable tie in right here, it has to be 135 millimeters from that. So right there should actually be maybe 145 millimeters. You know, just to play it safe, we're gonna do that. All right, and then cut this baggie open with the cable ties, making sure not to actually cut the cable ties themselves. Gonna, come on. I'm gonna put the first one in, which you need to go in there straight. Yeah, thank you. Alright, push that down right there. Of course, I'll probably need to make sure that that gets pushed down even more when we're screwing this thing together. Alright, there we go. And boom. Cut that end off. And slip that sideways. Alright. There's the first cable tie in. Alright, and then I can go ahead and I can... So that's the front. Okay, so that's not going to be going in through the front. It's supposed to be fed through the back. Yeah, alright, so... Alright, let's get the next cable tie. You know, you probably aren't seeing this too great because I mean it's a little bit of a distance away, but my camera is zoomed all the way out. I mean, I can zoom it in, but then, you know, it makes it look like it's too close, and I don't want to do that either. Alright, there's that, and then boink, cut that off. Alright, make sure this goes on in the right direction. Alright, and then we can cut that one off. And then we can take care of the last one. Alright, and that portion of it is all set. Okay. Well, let me get the 2 silver pieces from in here. There's 2 silver details. I knew they fell. Oh, there's one. I knew they fell off in here when I took that one thing out. I did not know where they ended up going. Alright, so the camera's... oh, there we go. Alright, there we go. Okay. And as we know, these bits just go right up in there. Like that. We already got the sensor in place there. And then we put the wires up through. If they want to stay that way, and pull them on through. Like I said, if they want to stay that way. Come on, come on, come on. Get back in there. What's in the way? What is in the way? Zip ties, perhaps, might be in the way. So this is one thing I don't like about these pieces right here, is that they always end up falling out. If we can get everything to line up, we'll be good. All right. Okay, just so this stays together, I'm just going to push that on up for right on, and that's one of the steps anyway. Okay, so the wires are all in, and tells us to make sure that this piece goes on. There we go. Okay, obviously I'm going to have to push that back in. And then it wants us to... I'm guessing this is where we start using the black screws. Because we're screwing into plastic here. Alright. Come on. Line up. Alright. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the front half of the front piece, the outer piece of his leg, in. I'm just going to get some screws in there, make sure that there are at least a few threads in. before I put the next one in. Alright, I'm going to go back and then tighten these 3 up and then put in some more. Yep. Wasn't the screw, that was just the tip of the screwdriver right there. And I know that the leg is a long process of getting it put together. But, yeah, I mean, finally after this whole time, being able to get this leg as pretty much one whole piece is good in my book. So okay, and then the last 2 screws for this part of the leg. Alright, and next thing we need to do is we need to find the detail parts for this, which I'm hoping are in my box of tricks, because if not, that means they're in my drawer, in which looks like they're in the drawer. There. Alright. And, I mean, we should have to screw these in place. Assembly and drive, assume self-tapping screw and then the cold to lock the ankle. Oh. Hold on. Oh. Oh, okay, so it wants us to put this piece on first. So, and this goes on this side of the leg. And Make sure that's all pushed in, and then I gotta use this silver screw. One of the 6mm silver screws that I still have left. That should be a 6mm right there. And we just gotta put it into this hole right here. I don't know why it's saying use a silver screw, because it's not going into metal. Oh, my bad. It's one of these screws right here. I thought it said silver screw. So we use one of the black ones right up in here. Alright, that's on there tight. Okay. So, step 9 in all this is take the bottom cover from stage 47 and plug the ankle fittings from stage 45 firmly into the hole, into the holes in each side. Okay. Well, that is what we're doing. Come on. Don't fight with me here. Alright, and there we go. Both sides are in. And then fit it over the ankle assembly. Which we need to make sure that these wires are going up underneath that. Like that. But let's see if I can pull a little bit extra. Which I thought I had enough. Thought I had enough extra wire in there. Maybe I do. Probably should have left those wire ties a little bit looser. But it is what it is. See, there's still a little bit of play in there. Should be fine. Alright, put it on. Yep, making sure that the wires are in the groove. And okay, there's no way that this can be silver screws. They're showing black screws in the picture. So we're going to put the black self-tapping screws in there because we're going into plastic. We're not going into metal. Alright. And just making sure I did not miss any holes, which it doesn't look like I did. Alright. And okay, so 1, 2, okay, so 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 out of 25 of these screws. Why there's so many left over, I do not know. Okay. Well, that is all that we got to do this time around. Oh. Ah, crud, that piece ended up popping out. Alright, so just go back, make sure that piece is right where it needs to be, and then tighten everything back up. I have to loosen them a little bit more. Yep, and I knocked the camera. Of course I knocked the camera. Come on. Get. Dang it. Come on. Why won't that pop up any further? There we go. You know, sometimes it's just the little things that you end up noticing after the fact. Well, you know, at least hopefully it's not as bad as, you know, when I was putting the right leg together and I didn't notice that this was sandwiched in between the two shells of the foot. So, but that is all. And these are obviously getting saved for later, so just make sure that goes in the box, and I put the extra screws back in the box, and that's it. That is all for issue 55. And 56 we get foot parts, dome panels, and fixing tape, just like I went over in the part 1 of this. So I'm sorry that it had to be like 2 long videos, but I just had to do it. I didn't want to have to, you know, put this out after issue 56 and be like, oh, hey, look, I have to take everything apart again just so I can do this, and, you know. But here I am ranting on. So, yeah, so until issue 56, thanks for watching Brian's Builds.